Gorgeous people on this gorgeous day. Welcome back to Divine Digi. Now if it's a little bit too hot for you, I've got the most perfect hobby. Magazine art. I didn't know what magazine art was a week ago, but now I do. And I've made, this is in the process of being made, but I've made magazine vases. So it has a base and our flowers in. And there is our magazine vase. Fantastic hobby this is. I learned how to do this week and it's great. And all you need is a Pritt stick, magazine and a bit of glue. And it's brilliant because look, it looks fantastic and it's just so great and easy to make. And this is going to be my new hobby. So, how would you like to make one of these? Start off with a magazine. Just got new magazine. Rip out a page. Can you see? You don't even need scissors for this. Brilliant. Fold your page that you've ripped out in half. Make sure that you protect the area that you're working in. Here is a plastic washable cloth. This hobby, you are going to get glue on the surface, so make sure you do have something like this washable tablecloth so you can actually wipe the glue away. Fold in half. This is just so good. And then just rip along where you folded. Try to get close to the line. So then you have two halves. Now, what we're trying to make are these magazine straws. So, very easy. Pack of skewers. Take a skewer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just move around here. Pop your skewer in the corner here. I'll just move you up slightly so you can see. The closer you get your page to the skewer, the longer your straw will be. Stick it around the skewer and then just roll. You can see it's just rolling straight across. Push your straw in slightly so that you've got the magazine wrapping right around the straw. Pritt stick on the end. Hang on. It's wrapped around, the magazine's wrapped around the skewer. And then just here, a little bit of Pritt stick, and then wrap around. And then pull your skewer out, and you're left with this wonderful magazine straw. And this is going to be the ingredient, so to speak, of anything we make with magazine art. So, once you have quite a few of these, don't be put off when I tell you you might need 50 of these. But you can see, it did only take just a couple of seconds to make one. So if you have lots of time, sorry, I was distracted by the kids, then you can make these fabulous straws. Now, I'm just inserting one into the other, like this. And now you have a long magazine straw. And once it's long, you can then line them all up and glue them together, and it creates this. But you're going to need quite a lot, about this much, to be able to do the vase. I'll unravel this and show you in a second. So all we want to do is glue these together now. So with a bit of PVA glue, this is where you are undoubtedly going to get glue on the surface, so really make sure that you do have protection on your table. So all I'm doing is on one side, applying the glue all the way along. And you do this with each and every straw that you've made. Just along. All right, a little bit more on the end here. And then on a flat surface, line your straws up. And then literally let it dry. You can see the one that I've just stuck on is now joined the panel of straws, but it's still wet, so it does need to dry. So you carry on, then you take another two, the thin end into the thicker end of one, and again glue it along so that you end up with a panel of straws. When you have your panel of straws, now you'll see we have a magic tin in here to hold it together. So here's the tin and here is the panel. Now I had to stop, I couldn't do a whole line, so I just did sections. So here are the sections. This is, they're all the same as this one, in a panel here, and then a panel there, and then just three there. Okay, so when you have your whole panel, it's going to look like this all the way across to here. All I've done is drew a line with permanent marker in a diagonal line here, a straight line here, and then you end up with your diagonal cut here, your straight cut there, and then the same here. And then tin helps. You can glue your tin with the same glue that you've been using. This is a baked beans tin. All around, slap it on. This is just so good. So I'm a beginner with magazine art because I've never done this before. So I've started with the most basic thing that you can do before I get advanced. Wrap it all around. Slap it on. Now your panel will simply fit around. So you've already cut a diagonal shape. Now this is sort of naturally curved because I've had it wrapped around this tin for a few days, but it'll be completely flat when you've glued all the straws together. So it's easy. I put a placemat to keep it all together to make sure it didn't fall apart, and then cut the diagonal cut and then a straight cut here. So then we just want to wrap it around the tin. push it in a bit. And then we have this little section here, which will go there. And then that will dry nicely. So you end up, and the whole thing's made out of magazines apart from the little tin in the middle. Like this. Isn't that fabulous? So then you can pop your flower in. Like that. Oh no, it's great. Just keep it. Actually, while it's drying, I'm just going to pop a straw. Straight. I'm just going to pop a straw around, sorry, elastic band, just to keep it in place. Just to help it dry nicely. Now, the base. Isn't this fantastic? Could use this as a coaster. So this base is very simple. Taking a straw, actually smaller one to start with. Smaller one. Flatten, once you've made it exactly the same way with the skewer, flatten it out. And then just start raveling. Is it raveling? Raveling. All the way around and around. Like this. Now, it's a bit tricky, but it's worth it. So you can see it started to appear like the middle bit. So, next one, attach another straw that you've made. Oh, I've got a very good end into the bigger end. You could dip it in glue and then go right the way round and keep on going and keep on going doing the same thing. And then you end up with this size. So when it gets a little bit bigger, it starts to become a little bit loose and a bit difficult to hold. So what I've been doing is when it gets to about this size, to hold it together and make sure that I don't lose anything, I've just been pegging it. So this just needs one last straw. Try and find a nice one for the outside. Oh, there's a nice pink one. So because it's the last straw, I'm just going to dip it in a little bit of glue. Just dipped in the pot. And then just turning it, twisting and turning. It fits nicely into the next straw. And then we just want to bend and shape it around. And still keeping the pegs on. Moving it across. Need to flatten it out a bit. And then the last part, I'll just use a bit of Pritt stick. Here. Just keep that pegged in for a minute while I just glue the end. There's a little bit of glue there to hold that together. And there we have our other base. Just needs to dry. And when that's dried, it'll look like this. So we'll have 2 bases for our vases. Aren't they great? So now that I've done a vase, I thought, oh, well, you can kind of use the same method and make flowers. They will go together. So the next project is to pop these together and then put them on top of a magazine straw. So we'll have actual magazine flowers to go into our magazine vases. So yeah, like I say, all starts with these straws, just wrapping them around your skewer, using Pritt Stick to stick them together. And once you have quite a few, stick them together like this. Line them all up, glue them all together into a panel, cut diagonally, and then you can wrap it around a tin or whatever you have to wrap it around, and it just looks amazing. So, I'm really made up with magazine art. So, there you have it. If you want to have a go, have a go. Don't forget to send any pictures, anything that you do. It doesn't have to be magazine art. Anything creative, send in so that we can all share our ideas and work together. And until next week, stay safe. Bye-bye.